giving you giving you a slice of unapologetic conversation. Welcome to Straight to Tape. My name is C. Perry II, the Mr. Fantastic. Podcasting's Fantastic Four. First, the comedian, professional joke slinger Tico the Guy. What's good, Tico?
Red, black, and green.
Oh,
If
it
you
is your
think
last day.
about it, you know what it means. You know, it's the last day of Black History Month, but not Black History, ladies and gentlemen. Not Black History.
Y'all didn't know he was singing Roy Ayers, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Y'all
well,
didn't know that. We
yeah, but
knew
well
that.
said, well said, well said, well said. And of course, the first lady of S2T, the quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y. What's good, Key?
What's up, y'all? It's Keisha with the Y, aka Hip Hop Mom, aka I'm tired today, y'all. So forgive me. And your mom's favorite mom.
Yeah, I can trust me. I can understand that tiredness for real. Uh, and of course, our social media assassin, ladies and gentlemen, it is Rob, the actual Rob. What's good?
Man, just, you know what I'm saying, hanging in here, you know what I'm saying? Brother tired too, but we ain't gonna let that stop us tonight.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Up,
So
up, up.
you know. Life be lifing, man, you know what I'm saying? So
I know, I
we
get
we
that,
still
bro.
got a
I get
thing to
that.
do.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look, ladies and gentlemen,
Life,
thank you for
life.
joining us on Straight to Tape. Um, we're going to discuss and celebrate the 20th anniversary of the debut album from Little Brother, The Listening. I mean, sometimes it's just hard to believe it's been 20 years.
We old,
But
yo.
yeah, that's pretty much what it really tells us is that we're old.
You
That's really
old.
what it shut
You
up.
Listen,
old. I'm Benjamin
y'all are
Button out
old,
this motherfucker out this month.
okay?
I'm
Y'all are
Benjamin
old.
Button out here.
Just
I'm a
being young.
toddler. I'm a toddler right now.
Mm-hmm,
You know
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Look,
Everybody on this screen, except for Perry, for some odd reason that I've never thought about before, has lots of gray hair.
I
That
got
don't
gray.
mean nothing.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying. I got
saying?
gray. I got gray.
That's between you and your
That
wife. Don't nobody
that
want to hear that bullshit.
that's seasoning.
Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle it.
Yeah, yep. Sprinkle me.
Yeah, so that you look that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the main topic of discussion. But as always, you can catch Straight to Tape Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, Facebook Live, and on Twitch. Audio version of Straight to Tape, which is powered by Acast, is available on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. Of course, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Google Podcast Straight to Tape. Make sure you're following us on our social media platforms, that being IG, Facebook, and Twitter, Straight to Tape, and also our YouTube channel, S2T Media. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button so you can be in tuned with your favorite podcast. First, I definitely want to give a special shout out to Christopher Everett, Speller Street Films, and Shaolin Jazz. Great event this weekend in Cary. Friday night it was
Okay.
the rough cut showing of Grandmaster, the story of Grandmaster of Karate Grandmaster Vic Moore, and on Saturday the Can I Kick It series featuring the Last Dragon with Shaolin Jazz doing the live soundtrack during the show. What'd you guys think?
I
I
didn't think my
enjoyed it.
brain was gonna do it, but it did it, and it was great. Cause
Yep.
I'm like really, and when I listen to music, especially hip hop music, I'm about lyrics, right? I mean, I like jazz, real jazz, not smooth jazz like my daddy, but
Kenny G. Oop.
ugh,
Kenny G is jazz.
I am going to see Kenny G just so I can say I
No,
saw
he
him.
is
But
jazz.
anyway, so so my brain goes there when
Mhm.
I hear music, my brain goes straight to lyrics. So At the beginning, it took my brain a little adjustment period. Because for those that don't know, they take the movie, they remove a lot of the score and soundtrack, and they replace it with more poignant songs and sound effects. You can still hear the dialogue, some of the pillar soundtrack pieces and score pieces are left in the movie, and so they basically just rescore and relay the soundtrack live with a DJ. And it was pretty fucking dope, yo.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
dope.
nice, yo. It was nice. And first of all, I just want to say, Rob, I looked at you. I know you showed me, but that was like 7 different styles I just kicked out there. You know what I'm saying? Did you see the hand movement? You see the eagle claw joint? Did you see the eagle claw joint? I know you saw that joint. And I hit him with the
I saw
snake.
the,
I
I
know
saw
you
the
saw
combo
that.
Tiger
I,
Crane.
yeah, you saw that. That's what's up, player. That's what's up.
Yep.
Yo, let me tell you, man. I really, really enjoyed it. And me and Key, like I love going places with Key, because she gets it. But when she gets it, it's like, oh, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because like she said, because she was like, you know what, Chico, this was a very terrible movie. I was like, yes, I never said it was a good
Mhm.
movie. I
It's
That
a horrible
said,
movie.
but it was just one of them cult classics, like things
Hmm.
like just one of those movies you can get fucking lines off of and shit, and just look at the, you know what I'm saying,
mhm.
you know what I'm saying, but it was us. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So if you don't, if you really want to look at it, if you really motherfucker want to look at it, Meteor Man was the first black superhero movie, true movie.
What's
Hmm.
that have to do with Last
I'm
Jedi?
just screaming, but I'm just saying that was a dope show, and it just took me to Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? So
And it
and
took you to Meteor Man.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean, think about it. He's the first black superhero on film, man. Think about that shit for real, for real. And then you had Blank Man. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, um,
Blank man.
Like man.
Anywho,
anywho, anywho,
anywho,
yo,
anywho.
I'm really excited because they're supposed to be in Charlotte and they're supposed to be doing the Matrix, and so
In
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
gonna
April,
be dope.
yeah.
yeah,
So
And
the-
we gonna troop on down now.
yeah. When you look and okay, I just love the fact that the theater was packed out.
It
yep,
was. It was
The
sold
yep,
out.
theater, yeah, the theater was packed out. It was a sold out event, and hopefully one of the first of many, especially for Shaolin Jazz.
Hmm.
Bringing this series to the area. So no, I thought it was, I thought it was absolutely perfect. Shouts out to DJ Damu, who
that's right.
who DJ'd who
The
DJ'd
homie.
the the pre-show, so to speak. So
Hmm. Hmm.
all
Good
right.
time. Good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad. Look, I'm glad. And once again, can't wait, cannot wait for the next event. All right. Look, before we delve into the listening and our celebration for the listening, I do have a little, let's call it a little bit and piece of news to share that I thought was interesting. Okay. So, the picture I'm showing you, ladies and gentlemen, this is Scott Adams. Scott Adams is the creator and cartoonist for the long running comic strip Dilbert.
God damn it! I like Dilbert too.
Yeah.
If you ever
Shit.
notice, like, there's a lot of penises and stuff in cartoons. If you look in the back, if you see the two nut sacks and the way Dilbert is going up, he looks like a penis. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. You
Yeah.
should watch Disney movies; they're all in there. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. Well, uh, uh, over the past week,
You can't stop looking
Mr.
at it, can
Mr. Adams, well, he had some very controversial comments on his podcast. He was quoting a poll from Rasmussen,
Which
and the
is a
poll.
far right media.
Correct. And this was this was actually on his YouTube show, Real Coffee with Scott Adams. And uh, the Rasmussen poll, the survey, asked whether people agreed with the statement, it's okay to be white. Okay. Uh, most people agreed. All right. It was kind of, kind of 50-50, but Adams focused on the 26% of the black respondents who disagreed with the statement. Okay. Now, little backstory on the statement. The Anti-Defamation League says that this particular phrase was popularized in 2017 on discussion boards like 4chan, and considered a white supremacist based statement.
Slogan.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So
So
Adams,
maybe that 26% knew that.
yeah, and Adams during his YouTube channel, YouTube show, uh, referred to people who are black as members of a hate group or a racist hate group. And he said he would no longer help black Americans. And here was his quote: based on the current way things are going, the
Hey
best
Perry,
advice.
hold on.
Yeah, yep,
Perry,
yep, yep,
pause.
yep,
Can
yep,
you
yep,
take this
yep,
nigga
yep.
off the screen, please?
Oh yeah,
Can you take
sorry,
him off
sorry,
the
sorry,
screen?
sorry, sorry,
Thanks.
sorry, sorry,
She
sorry.
tired
Just
of
can't
looking at
stop
him.
looking at Dilbert in the
Tired
back.
of looking
I
at him.
told you.
Yeah,
Tired
I
of
was
looking
just
at him.
kidding. Yeah, I would get Tico. I was thinking the same thing. Okay.
Mr. Dilbert in the back.
Damn, Dilbert. Dilbert doesn't deserve this.
Yeah,
I know,
but
right?
yeah, but his quote, based on the current ways things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people.
Bye.
Okay.
That was echoed out.
Damn,
Man,
King.
that
Yeah,
sounded
it
like a
was. Yeah,
sheep.
that was hard.
That
Yeah,
sounded
yeah,
real
yeah, that was
sheepish.
real hard. That
That
was
was
real
like
hard.
Beyonce in
Okay.
her early years. Beyonce used to have that goat voice.
Bye. We're
Exactly.
not doing that.
Now,
Anyway,
We're not
let's
doing
go.
that right now.
now this was on his Wednesday episode.
Mhm.
Okay. On his Saturday episode,
The
he
Beehive
kind
gonna
of
kill your ass. But go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry. Saturday
yeah,
on his.
yeah,
Go
Oh,
ahead.
she can
yeah.
sing. She's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, he kind of went back on what he said, all right, and said, and said that he was trying to make a point that everyone should be treated as individuals without discrimination, but you should also avoid any group that doesn't respect you, even if they are people within the group you're a part of. Hmm.
So then, also, Penis Boy
So
chimed in, Musk,
Yes. Yeah.
saying that the media is racist.
Yeah.
And we continue to go back to this same conversation about the First Amendment. And I meant to pull up the First Amendment so that we could kind of dissect it quickly, but I did not do that. But here, quickly, it does say it protects freedom of speech, the press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for redress of grievances, right?
grievances.
So, nowhere in there does it say you get to say whatever the fuck you want to say, but you don't pay any consequences for it. It doesn't say that.
Mm-mm.
This First Amendment was written so that the government cannot attack or place you in jail because of what you say. The government. The First Amendment does not address you losing your job depending on who you work for and what you said. It does not address people choosing in their private companies or even publicly held companies to no longer use your product or service because you're a racist asshole. That is not what the First Amendment is for. In fact, the First Amendment protects those people from doing what they're doing because it also protects you from saying what the fuck you want to say. So go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Don't say
Yeah.
it.
But
Say
y'all
it.
got
Say
y'all
it,
got
nigga.
Go
let
ahead
me
Say it.
and
say
say it.
you got to remember when this was written. Like if somebody really said some ill shit, like you know what I'm saying,
Most people would never
Rob,
know.
you know what I'm saying, like Rob, your wife is a mother of a female dog, and like at noon we would motherfucking duel over that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
Those
Yeah,
were
yeah.
dueling days. You know what I'm saying? I think it
Yeah,
was yeah, it
1923.
was
Like on
exactly right.
1923, yeah.
Motherfuckers was out this bitch.
God damn it,
So
Arthur. You should have
you
just
just
shut the fuck up.
so you know what I'm saying? So motherfucking police had to come clean up duels and shit. You feel
Right.
me?
Mhm.
So I think that law was made for that particular time. Let's not think about, you know what I'm saying? I most seriously doubt these motherfuckers was thinking about from all the way from back then to like fucking
But
2000 and
even
motherfucking
in your example,
32.
Tico, in those times, if someone
That's right.
said something to offend
Exactly.
you or your family,
You
you
slap
had
them with
the
a
right
glove.
to challenge them, slap them with a glove. You
Mhm.
had the right to challenge them. And if they accepted the challenge, then if you die, you fucking die.
Yeah.
There's no charges. Nobody goes to jail because you both have agreed that this is what we're doing, right? And whoever the
Exactly.
fuck dies or loses a limb or gets impaled or what the fuck ever, whatever is gonna happen.
But even
These
in
pussy
but,
ass motherfuckers right here think that they should be able to say anything
mm,
and nobody says anything against
But
them.
in these
That makes
times, I
no
but
fucking sense to me.
But in these times, I wouldn't like to do that because most of these nerdy dudes like they take like lightsaber classes and shit. You seen them shits on TV? This is fucking crazy as hell.
yeah,
Do
but
they
the
have them here?
lightsaber,
You think
but the
Raleigh
They
Park
lightsaber's
Center?
dual,
plastic.
but you know
Lightsaber's
they
plastic. It's plastic.
exactly.
It's
Oh
plastic.
man,
Okay,
yo,
come on, it's
oh,
plastic. Okay, it's
yo,
plastic.
Rob,
All right,
okay, okay.
all right. All right, we ain't, no, we ain't
We
gonna
ain't gonna go.
drag
No,
out
we
a
ain't gonna go
light.
there. We ain't gonna go there.
We're
We ain't
not
gonna go there.
going down that
We ain't gonna
rabbit
go there.
hole. Okay.
All right, I'm good.
Now, and in talking about
But can you
consequences,
look on the Raleigh Park Center site and see if they have them? Because I want to take it.
Lord,
Ever
look,
not going down a rabbit hole.
I
But
know.
anyway,
Shut
go
up,
ahead.
Rob. Look,
I want to take this class.
look. But he has faced consequences. Okay. The Los Angeles Times, are dropping the strip as of March the 12th. The San Antonio Express, they're dropping the strip. And actually, they dropped the strip on this past Monday. USA Today, they're dropping the strip. The Plain Dealer in Cleveland, they're also dropping the strip, and other publications are dropping this long time comment strip
Key,
because of those comments.
But
key.
also, it's
This is
okay because when's the last
this is
time
the
you had a
time.
newspaper in your
No,
hand?
You asking
I
the
mean,
this is
wrong
the
person.
time.
not Perry, not
Yeah,
Perry.
you
Yeah.
asking the wrong person.
But
So
but this is the time. But this is the time to go to Barnes and Nobles tomorrow and get you a fucking couple of them calendars or some shit or something. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that shit because you know what I'm
where they're
saying.
going,
If,
yeah.
if
But
he's canceled out
I'm
like that,
my
but he might
assumption.
not be canceled. He might not be
Exactly,
canceled
exactly. My
because he might
assumption is
wind up.
he knew what was going to happen when he said this shit. He doubled down on it days after, and after that, like he's got another plan. He's probably going to be drawing down
Right for the
Trump into Dilbert and posting that
Yeah.
shit on what is
Yeah.
it, Grinder or whatever.
It'll
Not
probably be
Grindr.
like the
Right,
white
yeah,
boondocks. It'll be like the
yeah.
white boondocks and shit.
Right, it'll probably be like the white, which
And actually, the fact
which-
that you even said grinder, once again think about that picture. Yeah, yeah. So, sorry.
but
Yeah.
no. Which would be that if done correctly,
Yes, if done
it has
correctly.
to absolutely be as racist as possible. I
That's
think I would
American
watch,
Dad.
I would,
That's
I
American
would
Dad.
watch.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'd
That's
watch
American
a
Dad.
White Boondocks just so
Oh.
I could laugh.
Oh yeah, American Dad.
Like
Yeah.
there's a recent local story, real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Leith, I don't know which kind of car dealership it was, but over the past weekend, people went to get their oil changed.
Oh yeah, I heard about
People
that.
went to get their oil changed, and the little sticker that they print out to put on your windshield and tell you when to come back.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom, I didn't realize, so it has like the date, your mileage, when you need to come back, what kind of oil, and there's like a little salutation at the bottom. Somebody changed that to say, "Hey, nigger."
Yo.
Yeah.
So the dealership says that it was a contract cleaning company. Somebody from the contract cleaning company brought their kid to school. Brought their kid to work, and their kid did it. Which this shit does not make any sense to me because these are oil changes. These people are not leaving their cars at the dealership overnight. These are like quick in and outs. So y'all either got child labor going on there when you had this kid back there printing out labels. But yeah, I'm not even insulted by this shit anymore. It's just so fucking stupid. So now your mom at cleaning company, which are normally mom and pops that get these contracts with these dealerships to clean them overnight, and they have a few people there during the day or whatever, they done lost a whole line of business
Yep.
because your dumb ass either didn't teach your kid or taught your kid that shit. It's hilarious. Hey nigger.
Kids know shit.
So like
Kids know
oil
that
change
shit.
10W, what is it? 10W
10W
40.
30, right? Or 40.
10W 30, come
Flavor
back
Flav.
in come back in May to get your oil changed again. Here's the number of miles. Thanks for thanks for
Thanks.
using Leith Auto, blah blah blah. Hey nigger,
Hey, nigga.
something.
But the sad part about it is I could picture a 9 to 11-year-old kid actually doing that
Yeah,
and
yeah.
thinking
It's funny.
thinking
Funny.
it's funny as hell. I can
Mhm.
see that. I can see that.
I-
That is, that is
I've been there,
totally
boy.
believable.
been there.
Okay,
I've been there.
yeah, Tigo, you around kids, so it's
Hey, look,
definitely
no,
possible.
I've
for
been
a
there.
kid.
I was one of those kids. I told you the mammy story. I told you the mammy story. I told you when I smacked my mom on the ass and went back and said mammy. So no,
Mammy.
yeah, so no, exactly. So
Yeah,
I
no.
get it. I thought it was
I
funny,
had
but
I had the same kind of situation with word that begins with a D and ends in Mike, and I'd heard it somewhere and then used it in front of my aunt, and she told my ass all to
Mhm.
pieces
Mhm.
because
Oh.
at that, like, honestly, I didn't know what the word meant. Like, I literally didn't know. I think I heard it at school and then
Mhm.
went down to the country to stay with my aunt and said it, and she was like, "Oh no, bitch, this is not what we're doing." No. Mm-mm.
Damn, why she light
So
you
I
up,
get,
yo?
I get it.
Mm.
But these are in these times. But who the fuck lets your kid print labels at a dealership
Thank you.
for the
Thank
damn
you.
shit? Okay, that's all.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all. There's so many parenting woes
Yeah.
wrong with this shit right here.
if that's
Mm.
what they have.
If that's
And
what happened, exactly. 'Cause
exactly.
It doesn't make sense
Exactly.
to me.
That's the main
okay.
thing. The F.
Okay, Leith, go off.
Yeah. So let's move on. Wow.
Leith, nigga.
Guys, can you? I mean, we talked about the ageism at the beginning of the show. Wow, can you believe it's been 20 years since the release of Little Brother's first album, classic album to listening?
I have a confession.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Or Usher.
I probably listened to this album from front to back maybe 5 times in life.
Wow.
It's not my favorite Little Brother, but I do respect the mark it put on music at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like an album that should have been back in the 90s, but came out the year my youngest son was born,
Mhm.
and so I was busy then. But yeah, and most of it, yeah, real busy, super busy.
Now,
That don't count. That's
but you know
hormones.
what? I can actually feel you on that, Key, because it's not my favorite Little Brother album either. But like you, I respect it for what it was at the time, and I'll give it 2003. You know what I'm saying? When it came out, I'll give it the sound of 2003.
You think so?
Kinda ish. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily put it in the 90s, but not to discount what you're saying, because it does in spots have a 90s feel. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay, so
I did no. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is because North Carolina didn't have a sound. They couldn't market our sound. I mean, we were all, you know what I'm saying, we were all in that era. We all know older groups that, you know what I'm saying, that were dope as shit. You know, it was just they couldn't market and have the sound. That sound was a sound of North Carolina. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that because I just had a very long conversation with a pillar of triangle hip hop, like an hour long. And he said back, not in 2003, but he's been around forever.
Mhm.
And he said back in the day, he told people not to put Raleigh on this shit because they wouldn't get played. And he
Yeah.
was right.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
No.
right a lot of the time because, again, same conversation we have. North Carolina really doesn't have a sound. There's so many different, like, if you want to take North Carolina artists and put them in the different sound silos that there are, we go across the board. We don't.
Board.
We're not in Atlanta. We're not in New York. We're not a
We're
Texas,
not
like
South
dirty South.
Carolina.
We're
We're
not South
Middle
Carolina.
East.
Right,
We're Middle
right.
East.
Yeah.
We're, so the other albums that came out that year were Speaker Box Love Below, and y'all know I listen
Mhm.
to that because I love Andre 2000, and the Black Album. I think Vaudeville Villain from MF Doom came out that
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
Um, Crazy Bazooka Tooth, which is Aesop Rock's first. I think that's his
First,
first album,
yeah.
which is crazy. Get Rich or Die Trying.
You mean
Monster from
Aesop
Killer
Rock,
Mike.
right?
Yeah, ASAP.
Aesop
Yeah.
Rock, yeah.
Except rock, yeah.
Clones came out that year, Neptunes, and that had his completely own sound. And I kind of put the listening in there with that. Like these other ones that were
Sonically.
Yeah.
sonically, right. They had their own sound.
Mhm.
Who else is on here? Who else is Philadelphia Freeway?
Mm.
Yep.
Was that a good album? That's not his Freeway. You talking about Freeway, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But that's not that was his first joint, was it?
I don't
See,
think so. And nothing else like notable that I think for us.
Let me
There's
tell you, man.
tons
I
that came
was
out, but
and
I was
Philadelphia Freeway was his first. That was his first
Oh, okay, that was
full length
that
album.
was
Yeah.
butter. Yeah, that
Chicken
was
and
the
Chicken
butter.
and Beer with Ludacris's
With
Chicken and Beer
Ludacris,
came
yeah.
out that
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, that shit
Um,
yeah, swallowed the fucking
Cunning
summer.
Cunning Linguists. Oh, Deliverance, Bubba Sparks,
Yeah.
sonically.
That hit for a little bit.
But yeah, that's not a lot either. But anyway,
I
so
mean,
that's what else came out that same year. And
it brought an ear here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Even Petey, you know what I'm saying? Petey, you know, I got to give it to Petey, you know what I'm saying? He had a dirty, hard, it was a rough, you know what I'm saying? But, the dude, sonically, his fucking album, butterific.
Hmm.
Um, uh, the listening, um, I loved it because, I I just love the sound. I love, what I'm
mhm,
saying, just lyrics and it was about lyrics and it
Mhm.
was about bars
Hmm.
and it was just nice to hear, what I'm saying, North Carolina, what I'm saying, being played forcibly, you know what I'm
and
saying?
theme
Not because
wise, it was
motherfuckers
just
paying
regular
was
old
it,
dude shit,
yeah,
like
it was
regular old dude shit,
just the
friendships,
same shit
relationships.
and
Hmm.
I'm
skits
grinding.
brought back the
Yeah.
old elements of what a fucking
Yep.
what I'm saying a record or album or whatever you want to call it was supposed to be like
Album.
with funny thing because Black History Month I took my record player and records to my school and let the kids see it. First of all, they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "It's a record player."
Mm-hmm.
And what does it
Rap,
play?
rap.
It plays these records. So I had to explain that whole shit to them. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
That took up a half a
now,
day, didn't it?
well, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Well,
then,
how does the
but then
sound get from the record?
exactly, it's all the grooves. I don't want to do that. Okay, so that it when you put a record on, you don't want to get up and fucking keep moving the needle to your next fucking song.
Mhm.
That album was that type of album,
yeah.
and it was from North Carolina, and that's what I loved about it. You had boom, skit, boop, 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 you know what I'm saying, and keep moving.
Mhm.
It was,
Mhm.
like you said, it put it on
Yeah.
the map, bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
And,
I would still put it in. It's still a classic. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah,
classic. You
absolutely.
yeah.
know,
I'm not
even
denying
though it's
that.
not, even though it's not my favorite genre. You know what I'm
But
saying?
when
I mean,
motherfuckers grow,
the
when
Minstrel
motherfuckers
Show,
grow, yeah, when
shit.
Yeah.
motherfuckers grow, yeah, when motherfuckers grow,
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But again, I have to reiterate and confirm that I do respect that album, and
Yeah.
I love the album still. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, dude, you
Um,
remember seeing Fonte's first verse from the Yo as a hip hop quotable in the Source.
Mhm.
Okay,
mhm.
I mean, seeing that alone, gave you a level of pride in in the in the hip hop from this area. Okay,
Well,
just because it
you
was
know what I'm
on a
saying.
national scale.
Well, Perry, another North Carolina fact. I too was written in the Source magazine, even though my name was misspelled. Um,
It was smelled badly.
yeah, it was
It was like
misspelled badly,
Tycho.
but you know what
It
I'm saying.
was
Yeah, Tycho or some
yeah,
shit like that.
Tycho.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yes, I was in there too. So you know what I'm saying. Hip hop
Tonka
history,
trucks.
North Carolina. Let's go.
This was also the forthcoming of the Ninth Wonder sound. Like he'd
Mhm.
done some stuff before, but this was like the full first
Right.
full package.
Right.
Um, I don't know if I've told the story before, but like as he progressed on, um, when I lived in Norfolk, which was shortly after this, actually, it was '05 maybe when Fade to
Mhm.
Black came out. Um, so me and my baby daddy, my ex husband, um, skipped work to go see it in the movie theater in Norfolk while our kids were in daycare. They were like one and two, 2 and 3 at the time. So can't take them to the movies. So we're like sitting there eating popcorn. There's like nobody in the theater. And Pat comes on the screen. And I'm like, excuse me? Because, I knew Pat from back NC State days. So that, like, the listening was like, I think his first full package. And a lot of
Mhm.
artists heard what happened on that album and were like, yo, Ninth Wonder. So I think that sent him.
Yeah, and you also have to think about the early days of OK Player.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the influence, that cross section early influence of the internet and the music and the culture. Okay,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
that was the
He hit
OK
it.
Player was a place where where Little Brother and the Justice League was able to build a community, to build fans outside
Yeah.
outside of this area.
Well, he rode the wave. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The digital wave. You know, I know. Well, you know how I know Pat, but we're not gonna go into that.
Yeah, let's not
But
go into that.
we but we but before that and all that, even during that, what I'm talking about, I always went to like beat battles or shit
Mhm.
like that. You know what I'm saying? When he
Mm-hmm.
was, you know what I'm saying, starting off, this motherfucker would bring a whole fucking computer, like one of them motherfucking old ass Macs and shit.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
You know, before motherfuckers had flat screens and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the
Just
motherfucker
like
with
you
the back.
carrying crates of
You know what I'm saying?
recipes,
Exactly.
carrying
Like you,
fucking
yeah, this
crate with a
motherfucker carried a
computer in it.
motherfucking
Yep.
damn computer and shit. And back in those days, you know what I'm saying, a gig was like, you know what I'm saying, like 5 gigs was big as your fucking refrigerator. But you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? He was out there banging beats, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Fruity Loops shit, man. So, you know, I'm gonna tell you that's what makes it so hip hop. Because you
Yep.
Mhm.
take what you got,
Exactly.
you master what you have,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can make what you want. You feel what I'm
Right.
screaming?
Right.
So it was just like, yo, when that whole Fruity Loops popped off, I'm not understanding why he didn't just, you know what I'm saying, have some fucking, you know what I'm saying, sponsorship from that, because that shit, like that, yo, it had me like, yo, what the fuck is Fruity Loops? Let me fucking see if I
What is
can, you know what I'm
Fruity
saying,
Loops?
download that
Yes.
shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
Pirated
remember
all kind
the
of viruses on your computers and shit.
Mm.
Hell yeah. What was that shit we used to bootleg? Where's that shit from? Pirate Rock?
LimeWire,
Yeah,
LimeWire.
LimeWire. Yeah,
LimeWire,
LimeWire. Yeah,
yeah.
oh,
Yep.
There's a
LimeWire.
few
Yeah,
of them. It
yeah.
was LimeWire was like one of the main ones. There was another
Mhm.
one that I
Something
forgot
with
the
a
name of
boat.
it.
Something with a boat with a sail. Something with a boat. You know,
It was
yeah,
it
that's the
was
one you used to
another one that was hot. That's the one I used. I didn't really use LimeWire that
lime.
much, but it was a I forgot the name of it, man. Mm,
I'm sorry,
was
sir.
it
Your
Napster or
computer has
something?
a
Napster,
Napster was
virus.
Napster, yeah,
that
Napster,
was the big one. That was
Napster,
the big one.
Napster was the big
Yeah.
one. Yeah, Napster was the big one.
Yeah,
Your
Yeah,
computer
LimeWire
has a
lasted
virus.
longer.
right.
LimeWire lasted longer, after, I mean,
Yeah.
look, y'all saw the Social Network. I ain't got to tell y'all. Shit.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Pirates. Pirates.
Pirates,
Hmm.
pirates.
Pirates.
But y'all remember
Pirates.
the street teams for the record
Mhm.
labels?
Yep.
That's how. That's I think Tico Perry. You might remember this more so. Uh, I think it was about to be like a Raucous Records street team
Mm-hmm.
for North Carolina, and that's when I met. That's when I met Ninth, way back John Fullwood, our homie John Fullwood, introduced us way back in the day.
Because remember, Pat, like the two of us were, holiday. He was a Holiday Inn reservation alum, so
Yep,
it was a circle, so to speak. So,
yep.
Man, the
Everybody working at that
Holiday Inn.
call
That's why
center.
that's a
no,
whole
no, no,
nother
no, no,
podcast. Let
no,
me tell no, no,
no,
no, I'm
no,
gonna tell me no, I'm gonna put a pin on it, Perry. But I just
okay.
want you to I just wanted to be documented that we should talk about great ass jobs. You know what I'm saying? We all talk about some the shit that goes down. Let's talk about like the jobs that were the most fun, that we were free at. You know what I'm saying? We have responsibilities, written shit, but you know what I'm saying? We still have some fun. So I'm gonna put a pin in that right there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the Holiday Inn reservation has had y'all
That's
two
probably
working there.
before they had enforced
Ex-
this
His
sexual
two.
exactly.
harassment training and laws.
Exactly. All that. All
Sure.
that. So y'all
Yep.
two, y'all
Mhm.
Mando-
two, y'all two.
Mandatory sexual harassment training
Exactly. So that
annually.
hookups, job hookups. Cause you had somebody working at Chess King and shit. Yeah, go ahead, man. Let's move.
But that working at that place, man. I mean, if you talk to anybody that lives around here, you know what I'm saying, that worked there back in the early mid '90s, late '90s, bruh. Legendary, bruh.
What?
That was BTI for
Legendary.
me. I was at the end of the from 5 to 9 working trying to sell people landline telephone service.
No,
I
you
mean,
weren't. Was you at BTI?
I
oh
sure
wow,
was. Me and
wow,
Carlotta and Ty. Yep, I was there.
For real?
no, no,
Mhm.
no.
I worked
Holiday.
there for a minute.
Think about it. Holiday Inn produced Ninth Wonder, okay, and Kevin Williamson. If the name Kevin Williamson sounds familiar, Dawson's Creek, my nigga.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Dawson's Creek.
I
Okay,
wouldn't
so
say Holiday Inn produced those
but
people. They just worked
they
there.
they
Period.
work there. They work there as
Now,
a
if you work there, I guess if you work there and your ass want to get the fuck up out of there, your ass can do anything.
Right, right. Because
Shit,
the
motherfucker.
actual job
Job
sucked, man.
sucked, right? Yeah, right.
It
I
was
mean,
it was just a
fucking
yeah,
salt, pepper, Larry, salt, pepper,
Martin,
Martin
Salt
Lawrence, and Kid Play. They all worked at fucking what Sears? Was it like
Yep.
Macy's? Macy's.
No,
It
no,
was
it was Sears. It was
it was
Sears.
Sears. They worked at Sears in the fucking call center or some shit like that. So yeah, them motherfuckers wanted to get the fuck up out of there, bro.
Good
So
old
hell
call
yeah,
centers. I don't want that.
hell yeah,
Mhm.
call
but
centers,
yeah, but
call center job.
back to what you were saying, Key. That's when that whole because I was listening to it earlier. I was like, yeah, this is definitely the foundation of the ninth, signature sound.
Sound.
You know
Hmm.
what I
Mhm.
mean? So it was like it was. I mean, the listening was a soulful album. You know what I'm saying? Because
Very.
of his production style. So it was like a soulful but still boom bap album. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because that's the type
Yep. Yep.
of they hip hoppers. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
North Carolina always like that 808, yo.
no, but it's
Mhm.
not really 808 though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get what you're saying.
You talking about that snare? That's what you talking about.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
that
It
boom bap
sound
hip hop. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. But did you find that Fontaine and Pooh like find they're like the pocket, or was it? Do you think the minstrel is when they like really like mastered the cadence and the flow?
I think they were
I
still
No,
dope on the listening, man. I
they
They
still
they
think on
are.
the
They
they
are.
listening.
They are like you have Run and DMC. You have like Nice and Smooth. They don't really go back and forth like
Hmm, hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that. Like Run and DMC. Shit. Not even like Salt and Pepper. They don't really go back. Tay and Pooh have such a link. I don't know what to call it. They're back and forth just
Mm-hmm.
makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And it was that way
There
from the
from the
beginning.
beginning,
It was
right?
that
It was
way
that
from
way
the
from the
listening.
listening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just are they are so good together, and I'm glad they're still together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely, yo.
The growth from the listening through the chicken circuit. I mean, sorry, through the chitlin
Chitlin.
circuit.
Chicken circuit.
Yeah.
God damn.
To
Yeah. Look at
to
look,
the
that's that
mystery
light
circuit.
skin. That's that light skin shit.
I
See
know.
Perry
We
on
don't
that
eat chickens.
Illuminati
We
shit.
only eat
Yeah, I see
chitlins.
Perry telling some Illuminati shit. Yo, we'll talk about this later on.
But shut up. But the
Right.
but the progression from those three albums, okay, was once again it went back to the sonically the sound,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
where you saw Ninth perfect his sound from
Mhm.
each from the first to that third album, the last album of the trio.
Mhm.
The listening was purely, yeah, the foundation, you
Well, I
know.
mean, it was everything that everybody needed. You had the producer, right,
Mhm.
and the DJ, and you had the two MCs. So usually when North Carolina usually gets picked up on some shit, it's usually the producers. You know what I'm saying? On some shit, they probably work on some shit you probably don't even know they motherfuckers worked on. You
Mhm.
Right.
know what I'm saying? And then you got some rappers that you know what I'm saying. Yag, you have fucking, you know what I'm saying, some
Mhm.
other cats, PD, you know what I'm saying, some other cats that got I'm sorry, Freeze. Hip hop culture and
Hmm.
Lady Fire. Pow, that's how hip hop I am. So
Mhm.
North Kakalaki. So we had them sounds, but there was never like all together like Pete
Yeah.
Rock and CL Smooth. It wasn't packaged that way until
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Until little brother. Right.
Right.
Gotcha.
And
Mhm.
package, and and if you really want to think about it, package it as as a full crew.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
not just outside of just the main group,
Justice
Right.
League.
that
Justice League.
full crew with the Justice League. I mean, you trust me. I mean, you look, you had crews before them. Okay, you had crews before them, but crews that were able to take it to that next level and get product out in the fashion that that they did. That's what the listening gave us.
I just
That's what listening started for
I
them.
just I just hate that, you know what I'm saying? Like we had some people that came and documented some things that went down, but nobody, you know what I'm saying, nobody really carried camcorders around. And I
Mhm.
wish that, you know what I'm saying, I did for a hot second.
Only
But
Kanye did that.
but I'm
Or
just saying
what
just
is it?
saying, I mean,
Bad
you
Bunny.
always have that tech dude that's out there, you know what I'm saying, that somebody's always recording stuff. Like I
Mhm.
wish that that we could see like how hip hop progressed inside North Carolina because it's such a beautiful thing, and to see things that spawn from other things and see people coming out to do shit is
Mhm.
bananas. You know what I'm saying?
There's
The
tapes and
J
videos.
video. There's
Cole,
video
J
out
Cole, yeah,
there
right.
just to be found.
J Cole and
Drake.
Mhm.
J
You
Cole
see what I said
himself
this morning?
used to come down in Raleigh and fucking do you know what I'm saying, mics and just, you know what I'm saying, rip shows and open up for
Mhm.
motherfuckers that we know. You know what I'm saying? I saw him as a youngin. So I mean, the hip hop scene down here is so underground. Niggas got night crawlers in their pocket. Damn, that's one of Tico Dagayo's fucking damn lyrics. So um so yeah, I'm telling you, man, I the listening was it was the package that started it off, and it was like the foundation for for this younger generation, the digital generation, to say,
Hmm.
hey, you know what I'm saying, we don't have to worry about these major companies. Because remember, Rob and Perry, the how niggas used to always have to fucking go all the way to New York,
Mhm.
try to push
Mhm.
some shit, or we had drive. Niggas had to
Mhm.
drive to New York to push shit.
And stolen cars.
Well, yeah, I'm,
Mhm.
everybody, you know what I'm saying, pushes shit to go to New York City to push it. When little brother was like, "Yo, we're gonna ride this internet wave. This is the future. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And they took it and gave him the blueprint for North Carolina MC to
Mm-hmm.
be like independent and to go ahead and do their shit, man.
Yeah,
So big
yeah,
ups, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Never ever
and
dig rider, but always a provider of the truth.
yeah,
I
and look,
dig.
and
Put that on the shirt.
and I gotta admit, what was it, a year or two ago? No, it was about a year ago. When Doja Cat was on her live and she was listening, she was listening to the listening
Mm-hmm.
and and reciting the lyrics. When you look at that from Doja Cat, when you look at the overall
Hey Perry,
influence, yep.
that doesn't excite me, but continue.
Yeah. Okay. When you look at the overall influence
Hater.
that I know, you look at the overall influence that that Fonte had over, you know, a generational MC like Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, everything that Drake, I'm sorry, the Drake's entire foundation is tech.
That
His
ain't nothing but
entire
Fonte.
Yeah, his
Yep.
entire foundation is tech. And it shows how much of an influence this group has been, this crew
Shit.
has been, and how much of an influence that album has been.
What's the joint? Well, yo, even that has spawned like careers. Like cats are still doing it. Like
Mhm.
even Fonte had did the score. I go like just written for what's the joint we used to watch? Uh, the old school joint that was on television.
Oh, you mean the
The,
breaks?
the breaks, the breaks,
Oh my
the
God!
breaks, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
breaks,
yeah,
like you know
yeah.
what I'm
He wrote
saying. So
rhymes. Yeah,
he wrote rhymes for that. So that lets you know how what I'm saying how dope his pen is. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's fucking phenomenal, man. It's fucking phenomenal,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Wow. So yeah, look, man. If y'all haven't had a chance to go and check out the listening, uh, you know, do that. All
Yeah. I
right,
don't know what you're
just
doing if
listen
you
to
haven't
it.
listened to
You
it.
know, just even if you haven't listened to it in a minute, just go ahead and spin it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know,
It's
and
refreshing.
exactly, exactly. Uh, Also, I want everyone to remember what Friday is. Okay, Friday.
Oh
What's
wait,
Friday?
hold on, pause. So Thursday at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
there is a memorial with a ton of DJs. It's from like 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. A memorial for a plug three. If you're into Twitch, Maceo is streaming it on his Twitch channel.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you can go to the Daisy Age. I'll have to find it, but I'll post a link in the chat and you can register and get a link to watch it live on the regular internet.
Yeah.
Um, so that's
Just go ahead. Look, when you get a chance, just go ahead and post it on our. Go ahead
I'll
and
post
post
it
it
on our
on us.
page.
Yep, on our page.
Yeah, so that's that, and then on Friday the 3rd, all of the De La catalog will be released to all streaming platforms. The crazy thing is that I'm excited to hear is because they had to go back and clear these samples
Mm-hmm.
because Tommy Boy didn't fucking do it when the albums were released. So it'll be interesting to see
what rock should
if
be played?
what it sounds like, right? If the songs sound different because they were not able to get a sample from 30
Mm,
years ago cleared for
mm.
this internet release.
That same thing happened to Bismarck, motherfucking what was it called? Something haircut, something about a haircut. Um Bismarck had that fuck yo. I heard the album, but I didn't grab it because I was like, yo, I'm gonna go grab that shit. But then none of his samples were cleared and they had to pull that shit real quick, fast in a
Mhm.
hurry. I was
I
like,
Mhm.
remember that
fuck.
story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Bismarck he has a record, man. Something about a haircut. I can't remember that's the name of the title.
I
And the
need a
same
haircut.
I need a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I need a haircut. And even remember um, Dr. Dre, the Chronic had to be pulled. The first one had to be
Mhm.
pulled because he used the THX joint from Steven Spielberg.
Oh no. Remember the original Renee by Lost Boys was pulled and
Ah,
remixed. So the Renee that we always hear is not the original
exactly.
Renee. The original Renee is bananas.
Crazy, yo, crazy. A
So
lot of clever.
Thursday, their the catalog, the daylight catalog comes out
No, that's Friday. Friday at
Friday,
Friday.
12 a.m.
Okay.
Mhm.
Friday at
Mm-hmm.
12.
Yep.
I
Yep.
wonder if they're gonna push out those fucking B sides. Fucking, you know what I mean? I would love to hear them fucking
Yeah.
B sides and
I
shit.
would let you look. I would love to get my hands on Ego Trip Part 3. Okay, so yeah, yeah, I definitely, definitely looking forward to it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, look, thank you for joining us tonight on Straight to Tape. Thank you for joining us, for our reminiscing over the 20th anniversary of the listening. Of course, you can catch Straight to Tape 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Don't forget to check out the audio version of Straight to Tape on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. And yeah, make sure you're following us on our social media platforms. Um, enjoy your week, guys.
Yo,
So you know,
yo,
s- what
before
what
you do that, yo,
what Tico, what?
I'm doing a show
Okay.
March the 4th, Saturday at 10 o'clock at Comedy Works. You know what I'm saying? Come out, get your ticket. You know what I mean? Watch me
I
do
gotta
my
get my
thing.
ticket. I gotta get my ticket.
Um, yeah. On that note, and on another note, uh, somebody sent me a video of Camille Winbush.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Nessa
Yeah.
from Bernie Mac? So like she's on OnlyFans now and shit. So somebody sent me some clips of her like on OnlyFans. And so I was like disgusted. I was like, yo, what the fuck? This is like some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you like, I'm older. I shouldn't be looking at these motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, thinking of them like that. So like after an hour or so, I just,
It's
you know what
like
I'm saying,
30.
decided to cut it off.
Hour
So
or
yeah,
so.
yeah, that's it.
Ain't she like
Yeah,
30?
Disgusting. Disgusting.
disgusting.
I mean, I know what you're saying though, but she's, she's a grown ass woman. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
But
exactly.
I feel you when we were watching
I
Bernie
know.
Mac. She was she was a
Yeah, I was
teenager,
Nessa,
man. But
yo.
I
I
yeah,
was Nessa,
it was
yo.
Nessa. She was a little girl. I
Yeah, you
got
know what
you.
I'm
I
saying?
got you.
Exactly, man. God damn, dog.
I haven't
Man,
seen it. I'm not moved at
I
all
don't,
to,
you know what I'm saying?
you know
No,
what I'm saying?
so, it's just,
mm,
yeah.
people
And,
grow up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Okay, all right. Visions out of my head.
That's how we ended the show talking about
Yeah,
Nessa on OnlyFans.
on OnlyFans. Okay,
Anyway,
ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch y'all next week. We love you. Peace.